Once again, it's that time of year where you want to put something delicious on the table, but you're totally stressed out, so you need something easy because you can make this at any time you like.
Big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
I'm talking about the star of any holiday, a ham. You can use this for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, even for Easter. And it's super easy to do. Literally, you cannot fail this recipe. There's almost zero chance of failure. Maybe 0. Almost none. It's too easy. It's just too easy. Don't screw it up, please. Come on. This is a ham and it weighs 6 kilograms, aka 12 pounds. This thing is super heavy. It's a bone-in ham. And the good thing is it's already been brined and already been cooked. So basically all you need to do is heat it up again. Now, of course, we're going to do a little bit more to it than just warm it up. We're going to make it taste even better than it already does. The first thing that I'm going to do is fire up my grill. I'm going to use the Napoleon kettle grill, which is absolutely perfect for the job, and it just about fits that 6 kilogram ham. The first thing that I'm going to do is create an indirect zone with a couple of bricks. Fill the gap behind it with briquettes. Put in a couple of fire starters, light them up. Place a couple of briquettes on top of the fire starters. Not too much, but just enough to ignite the charcoal briquettes. And we wait until the fire is out. And once it looks like this, it's time to add a chunk of smoke wood. I'm adding beech smoke wood, but you can also use oak or cherry. That's gonna work real well. I'm gonna place it on with the tip just over the lid coals. Then the grill grates go in the highest position. And now all I need to do is place the ham in. And as you can see, it already has a protective cap for the bone. You can take that off if you want to, because we're going to be smoking and we're not going to be roasting, and that means we're going to have low temperatures. The bone won't burn, and we're just going to let this come up to temperature. Now I am going to stick in a thermometer so I can keep my eye on the temperature. I can also then check the temperature in my barbecue. So I've got the top vent all the way open and the bottom vent at the first position, which means it's just a little bit open. I'm going to let it come up to a temperature of 120 degrees Celsius, which is around 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, this is not just going to be a ham that we're warming up with a little bit of smoke flavor. No, I've got the perfect glaze to go with this ham. Listen, I got some blueberries, and those blueberries are going to go in my blender. I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon. Yes. A 1/4 cup of ketchup. 3 tablespoons of dark brown sugar, and it's got to be sticky because it's going to be a glaze. So therefore I'm also adding 2 whole tablespoons of honey. Boom. A tablespoon of Worcester sauce and 3 shots of whiskey. This is Tennessee Fire from Jack Daniels, but it has that, I don't know, like a Christmas sense to it. It's already got everything that you're looking for in a good Christmas spirited drink. And then I'd like to add 2 tablespoons of the deli seasoning. Now I got this in a jar, but you can search the recipe on our website, PITMASTERX.com. About 2 tablespoons is perfect. And that's it. Close it up, start the blender. And grind it up. And once it's grind up, it's going to go into a pan. If you could smell this, you already knew this is going to be good. There we go. But we're going to make it even better. It's got to be more holiday. It's got to be more party, holiday season vibe. I need to get it nice and warm. Then I'm going to add a star anise and a piece of cinnamon. I'm going to let that boil together, become nice and warm, infuse the flavors. And if you're worried about the alcohol, that's all going to evaporate, so all of the children can still join in with this dish. After about 5 minutes of boiling, it is done. All you need is the flavors to infuse, that's it. And then I'm going to put it in a jar, but first I'm going to let it go through a sieve. Get out the big chunky parts. Anything chunky that's left, it's just gonna turn this into like something really delicate. Remember, the goal is to impress people without being too busy. And the impressive parts is having that smooth, silky, soft layer on the outside of our ham. And since we got that finished, we might as well, look at that. That looks so good. You see the smoke color has become a little bit more intense. Of course, we had a pre-smoked ham, but this is double smoked. Now you see, this is more of a color that we as barbecue enthusiasts are looking for. Now we got real barbecue flavor onto this ham. And it also means it's about that time we start brushing on this beautiful, well, glaze that we just made. You can also use it as a sauce, but you can use it as a glaze. That is such a nice red color. And the reason that I'm putting it on already is because I want this to become sticky. I want this to be part of the ham. And the biggest mistake you can make is have your guests check out your beautiful ham every time a new guest arrives. Look at my ham, look at my ham. It's either gonna raise up the temperature real quick or it's going to let the temperature drop real quick depending on which barbecue you're using. So it looks good, let's close it up and don't look at it anymore. Just look at your thermometer and that's all you need to know. To really build up that glaze, you're gonna brush it on about 2 times during the cook so that it becomes nice and sticky in the end. But make sure you have a little left over to set on the table side as a nice sauce. And talking about sauces, I'm also gonna give you another table side sauce that goes really well with ham. I'm starting with some honey, about 2 tablespoons worth. And then a little bit of apple juice. Now apple juice is super important. Get the right apple juice. 2 tablespoons of that. A teaspoon of Worcester sauce, a teaspoon of that Jack Daniel's Fire, a teaspoon of the PITMASTERX deli seasoning, just a little bit. And now some mustard. Now you can use any type of mustard. I'm using a yellow mustard, like a really cheap version of mustard. But you can use like the real coarse. It kind of depends on who's eating it with you. If you have kids, they don't want that coarse mustard. They absolutely hate it. Well, at least mine do. That's about 2 tablespoons of mustard. And then just start mixing the thing up. Honestly, the apple juice is the kicker. There we go. A delicious honey mustard sauce as your table side dish. 3.5 hours of smoking and putting on that glaze. It looks like this. An absolute delicious ham. I got a really nice, juicy, sticky bark on the outside, filled with flavor of the blueberries and a little touch of smoke from the barbecue. This is what absolute perfection looks like. If you're looking for something super easy, then this double smoked blueberry glazed ham is definitely something you want to try. All right, without further ado, let's slice into this delicious ham. Oh man, this looks so good. If you could smell this ham, I know you'd be drooling right now. Of course, I'm gonna drizzle on a little bit of the blueberry glaze. Look at that. Let's take a bite out of that. Oh, whoa, insane. This tastes so good. Man, I gotta have another slice. This is so good. Wow. Oh, that ham is delicious, but the blueberry glaze, wow. Now the cool thing about having 2 sauces is that you're basically getting 2 different dishes all in once, because the sauces are so different. It's like you're eating 2 different styles of ham. While in the meantime, you only had to make 1. And it was super easy to do. So there it is. Of course, the recipes are on our website. Go check it out, pitmasterx.com. The seasoning is on our shop, shop.pitmasterx.com. For everyone celebrating Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving, and see you in the next one.